Hello there.
The pen is blue. The pen is blue! The goddamn pen is blue!
Yo, 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 yo! Vous êtes là, vous êtes dans le cours à côté. Danny, only call blue, let's go. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's freaking go! Let's go!
Team
Sheesh!
10 is looking for more power for the last 30 months.
We love that sound. Let's go, Danik. Tu l'avais jamais vu l'intro? Yo, ça a toujours été celle-là. Let's go. How you doing, guys? Good evening, everyone. Are you ready to work on the freaking Datsun? Let's go. We received not a lot of parts since yesterday, just a few of them, including that little thing here that just arrived today. So these two things, well, we're just gonna use one, but it's going straight onto the turbo. So we should be able with that to do our plumbing for all the wastegate setup. And yeah, nope, never, but well, there you go. You've seen it now. That intro is, I love it. I'm not getting tired of it. So yeah, so pretty much there we are. We're gonna keep working on the car. So as the title is saying, tonight what we're gonna do basically is bring the oil from the turbo back to the oil pan. So that way it's gonna go and empty itself through gravity down in there pretty much. And yeah, we're gonna start also wrapping some stuff in heat protection material. Gonna check for some sensors that I want to put in there for the gauges we installed. And maybe we're even going to start doing the plumbing for all the vacuum setup on the turbo side here. And maybe if everything goes well, we might start looking also under the intake. Took a look, we are pretty much, well, now we are missing just a few things to say, hey, let's go, we are ready to do everything, but we can start some of it, because basically we have to do the blow-off valve on the other side there. It needs to go underneath the intake, because we have the port we need to use at the intake there. Tomorrow we should receive some T-pieces, so something similar to what I showed you yesterday. Let me show that again, but that were too little. So these things, we're gonna receive exactly that, but one size bigger, because this one is just too little. So yeah, it won't work for our purpose, but basically we have to like T-connect some of those vacuum lines, so it split the information between two different things. So should be pretty straightforward on that. Honestly, plumbing a turbo isn't that bad. I was thinking it will be something a bit like more intense, but to be fair, two different T connection, a bunch of vacuum lines, but nothing too crazy. So it should be pretty straightforward. So yeah, there's that. Received material here also, just like the one we had. So this is just a smaller version of that thing. This is what we're gonna use for the actual oil return, because it's going right under the exhaust and everything. So we're gonna do that. Wrap that into that so it will prevent it from melting, which is you know, quite a good little thing. So yeah, there we go. Let's start working on those things. So I think we're just gonna start with like creating our 10 AN return line going to the oil pan. That's going to happen underneath the car, so we're gonna do that there. And then after that, we're gonna take a look at where we're heading. Like I said, the sensor and stuff like that's pretty much it. So yeah. How was everybody's day today? Hope it was fantastic. I hope it was. We might be removing also the actual downpipe again, just to get a bit more access to everything here, but for now we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna bring the car quite high on the hoist, because it's all going to happen underneath the turbo and underneath the engine. So let's do that first. I'm happy I thought about removing the hood that was just laying against the back of the car, because otherwise that would have been a disaster right now. All right. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a bunch of things done today. Like if tonight we can get a bunch of things, because now, I don't know if you were in TFG chat today, but he's gonna get his, what's that sound? I'm hearing a weird sound. Let me check. Seems all good. Maybe just a slight vibration somewhere. It's bouncy. Why is it so bouncy? Is that lubrication maybe? Imagine if it was filled there. Gonna throw a bit of lubrication on the hoist. It's been a while now that I think of it. So lithium grease, pretty much what we're using around here. So let's try to get it. However, it's not easy to spray in there. But was feeling like the pads were not sliding properly. So let's try to give it a little help. All right, that should help it a little bit. And my best mechanic man repair on this Subaru electric trouble in less than 15 minutes. That's what I'm doing. They was me, but I'm chilling. Let's go. Why was it me job, I guess? Did you start looking for something else, Blue? Don't make me like start pissing you off with that subject for you to make a move. I'm gonna be searching for a job in less than a month now, so you know, I might just be there saying, hey, we want to do some job research together. There you go, that's gonna help it. Maintenance, that's what we're doing. All right, so what's up today? Let's grab that and bring you where the action's going to happen. So here we have a good view of what we need to start with, and now with the movement of the cam, you bet I just broke it. Have to, right? Have to. I did repair something. You're listening him working on his Datsun now. Yeah, pretty much. Let me check. Of course I broke that cam. All right, guys, I'm still there, don't worry. I'm just going to do that, and try to fix the cam. Need to really start looking at the problem here. Do we hear a doo-doom? Nope. But it's now detected. Oh. At least we got a picture there. Oh, there you go. That's working now. Easy peasy. So basically here what we're looking for is that thing here. So this is the oil return from the turbo. That thing is going to gravity like empty the turbo from the oil. So basically engine oil is getting at the top of the turbo, lubricating the bearings in there and also cooling them down, believe it or not. And basically through gravity is gonna go all the way through here and just like leak at the bottom there. And that oil, well, it needs to go somewhere, because right now that will leak on the ground, and with the oil pump pumping a good amount of oil, it will be like emptying the engine without, like within a few minutes, which is not pretty cool, you know. So we want to keep the oil inside the engine ideally. What's up, Archo? We're doing amazing. I'm a bit tired. Like, I don't know if it's from my day or whatever. I just feel a bit more tired this week. But like at the same time, I have like quite a good amount of spare time in the evening. So I'm just like, we need to push. Cause yeah, what I was about to say, if you were in TFG stream, he said he might have his car by the end of next week. And we took a bet that I might be getting the car to... What the fuck? Push, 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 subs! Oh my god, what is going to be the TTS? Oh, I want to hear that TTS so bad. That's gonna like give proper energy there.
Oh, my God, hurt you, gifted that sub. Hard to anonymous, amazing, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. take that gifted straight to your face, anonymous.
I love how when it's multiple subs gifted at the same time, it's like anonymous. I love that. But oh yeah, that TTS was good. What the fuck? Thank you so much, Hurtu, you amazing legend. Holy crap. But yeah, so the idea is to try to right to the face, sucker. But yeah, basically the idea is to try to push. Honestly, it was Synapse, I think, that said I might be able to get the car running before TFG get his freaking car back. He was supposed to have it mid-May and it's now a freaking meme, just like I was supposed to start the Datsun mid-May and it is also a freaking meme, the date of the first start. But yeah, honestly, we're so close. We just have to give it a little push, and honestly, if I get that car running before TFG get his car back, that will be the most amazing thing, and I do believe it's possible. So all right, we're priming ourselves and we're going. If it runs, TFG gets his car back, I'll give 20. If it runs before 25. Let me text my girlfriend saying she won't see me for a week. No. All right, let's put that and we have some work in here, boys. So because I've hurt you guys, I won't be talking a lot. I don't have time for chatting and enjoying all of you guys. I just need to work now. So enjoy yourself. I just chat together. I don't know, like just do like you are friends, you know? Easy. We got this. Oh my god, I love the challenge. And like, if you start to know me just a touch, guys, you know how I'm getting driven by challenges and stuff like that. Like anything that is supposed to be really hard and a challenge. He said, I will have it running tonight. Whoa, I didn't say that. Calm down, Sparky. But without being tonight, if we're just deleting any social life, it's not impossible to get it in a pretty good shape before a long time. Because basically after the sensors right now, we are waiting for pretty much nothing. Like we are supposed to have the stuff for the vacuum lines tomorrow or Thursday, and from there this weekend all the vacuum could be done. Then it's a good push on the electric stuff, and after the electric stuff is done, it's priming the oil and stuff like that. So whoa, hot as hurt you. Damn, that's a new way to say it in here. Let's go. As hot as hurt you. I love that. All right, there we go. So that now we need the rest of our 10 a.m. line right here. Sheesh. And what we're gonna do is probably start right here and try to route the line through the underneath of the underside of the car here. So I'm gonna start doing that one right there. We're gonna, well, actually like that. We're gonna clamp it right there, like bolted in place, and then we're gonna try to go ahead and just pass it all the way through, bolt it here, see how we can make it happen down there. We might have to add another like hanger or something through the entire thing there. So let's see how that's going. Not gonna lie, hurt you, you just like gave me a boost of energy there, because I'm just thinking, is it actually doable? And I see like a huge possibility for that happening. Like not the car driving on the road yet, like I mean at least it wouldn't have a power steering or anything, but like it's actually doable. I'm pretty hot. That's how I scored my trophy wife. Lord knows I don't have brains or a good person. Well, personality wise, I mean, I feel like you're pretty up there, because we're having fun all together in here. So pretty much anyone in here has a good personality if you were asking me. But hey, that's up to you, man. Fucking up someone with a really good personality. What's up, Mr. Pound? How you doing, sir? So Mr. Pound, just so you know, I might not talk as much as usual because of Virtue. He gave me the challenge to get the car running before TFG get his car back, which is supposed to happen end of next week. if that happened, he's willing to give 25 subs on the channel. So, you know, challenge accepted, kinda. If it started and runs can idle for 30 minutes without overheating, I'll count that as running before TFG get his car. Sounds pretty good. Anyway, it's pretty much what we're aiming for at 30 minutes or so. I will, okay, let's change the 30 minutes deal. One heat cycle. So because I don't know on that engine if it's gonna be 10 minutes, 15 minutes or anything. Like I need to bring it up to where the thermostat is opening up. Bleeding the radiator from that, and after that we're gonna be pretty much shutting it down and like basically bring it to where we need to flush the oil the first time. So yeah, that's pretty much why I need to bring it for a full heat cycle and then flush the oil. And if that is done, that's considered as a car running properly, because after that it's all about finishing the stuff around it. But technically we'll be ready for a drive, and even there I'm planning to get like all the transmission fluid and everything in place first, just because I want to make sure I can actually test the clutch and all those things right on the hoist like that, like a bit lower of course, but yeah, challenge on my friend. Oh my gosh, that will be so cool. And like I said, I do believe it is possible. The more I think about it, I have just enough time, and that will be like the main goal, because basically I just have enough time in the next few weeks to make that happen. Otherwise it's gonna be in September, because after that I have like a championship on Friday 22, 23, 24, 23, 24, 25, something like that. And then after that I'm leaving for a full week in the US for the biggest championship in North America, which is going to be freaking epic. Come on, man, just go down there. Are you actually working good? Nope, you're not. You're doing something stupid. So we're gonna go and cut you again, because it's not looking like I want it to look. So let me do that all over again. So we're gonna need masking tape, we're gonna need the buffer, we're gonna make sure it is damn good. Who's coming for dinner? Got a chicken pot pie filling that is to be poured over homemade biscuit. Will be ready in about an hour or so. On my way. Oh wait, no, I have a car to try to get running, you know. Shit. Man, that sounds fire. By the way, Hershey, we now have a foodie channel on the Discord. Make sure you drop picture of that. Honestly, I should start again taking picture when I'm doing some pretty food, because I got a few fire things lately, like it was so good. If I was going on my cell phone, I will probably find some old picture of meals I've prepared that looks just insanely good and were insanely good, so I could send you that over the Discord eventually. Front cam, loud noise. I will make sure I'm barbecuing steaks and asparagus in a few days. I'll post a photo of that. Oh man, asparagus and steak is fire. How did a smoker shit the bed? I guess like welds popping due to rust or something like that. Or catching fire maybe. Like supposed to be just smoking coals and it catch fire and melt something, I guess. Smoked salmon, cream cheese dip with cape. Oh my god, that sounds freaking fire, man. Oh, okay, yeah, fair. Electric one makes sense. That does make sense now. I would love to get equipped with one eventually, but at the same time, I have to say, I don't know if I will use it that much. I have a barbecue at home that I'm barely using. I'm using it every once in a while because I love it. Like, I love the taste and everything, but I'm just a lazy motherfucker. So, you know, sometimes I just don't take the time to prepare that. Like, okay, good example of that. I knew I wanted to stream quite a lot this week, so you know what? I decided to go with like some meals that were taking a really low amount of time to prepare, including a Greek salad, like a Greek pasta salad. And I think Blue, we chatted about that, right? And honestly, best choice. Damn, it's good. And tonight it's not going on top there. Oh, maybe they are not the same as I used to have. That's maybe why. Hup. But now, okay, that one is going. That one is definitely good. The cost of a new element is as much as a new. Oh my god, that sucks. Yeah, it's often the case, right? Like, those stuff you want to just replace because you loved it and like you got used to it and everything, and you see the price and you're just like, well, let me guess, time for a new one. That's my worst fear with my electric lawnmower. Like, I have a small lawnmower tractor, and honestly, I'm really taking care of the batteries because if anything happened, I think I'm gonna be like going either super redneck or just buy another one. Well, no, because the batteries have the cost of the tractor itself, so it pissed me off. But like, when you think of it, it's a 48 volt like battery pack in there, and it looks like four car batteries pretty much. And if you're doing a quick math, 4 times 12 volt is pretty much 48 volt. So that's how I know that I could probably fit a bunch of car batteries in there and it will work. So to be honest, that might be what happens if one day those batteries are shitting themselves, and like, I'm just gonna grab some car batteries or deep cycle big 12 volt batteries and buy those to fit in there and test it. That's my life. This day used to be working game, but wifey does so much else around the house. I do all to cooking to help out since we both got promoted to new position. Let's go, congrats, that's sick. That's sick. Anyway, what do you want to game at the moment, right? Tarky's not wiping. That goddamn game is not wiping at all. I was having a chat with Blue and Hawk last night, and honestly, I do feel like this time it will wipe with like shitty pre-wipe event. Last year, same time, it was pretty fire. Like, it was all this Cabin Labs and all those stuff. And right now, it feels like nothing cool will happen, and it's just gonna wipe anytime, one day to the other, like without really good event or anything. They're just like, hey, I know, let's put an event that you have just 4 days to do, and so if someone's not there for the weekend, they're screwed. And you're like, well, thanks, bro. I have a live outside of Tarky. But hey, part of the game, I guess. Yeah. All right, let's try to get a line done. What is cool with that one compared to the big one for the cooler is that that one won't even be under pressure. It's just like oil that will go through it through gravity. So no pressure, no nothing on it. Just like going back to the oil pan without any stress on it. It's a new growing experience for both of us, definitely. It has been a challenge adapting and keeping everything yeah, I guess so. I guess so, man. Are you both working in the same field, Hirchu, or is that like just promotion that were timed at a really like weird moment where it's like both of them all at the same time? Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone, so I'm not bitching. Oh yeah, definitely. Man, you never seen a boy as stressed as me on my interview for Sony Picture, but honestly, it was like out of my comfort zone, but it was at the end of the day the best freaking experience I ever had so far, professional experience wise. Fuck that comfort zone. I'm leaving that to the others. That's why I'm here building that thing. Don't have time for that. I might just get hit by a bus tomorrow morning, you know? And she is in animal care. We both started at the same time, so respective field and have been moving along and of the same pace. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. And she is a director of a local human. Oh, that's sick. That's so nice. All right, you want to hear a little story, but I won't say the word. Don't even think about it. I won't play the jingle except if you're asking for it, okay? The cringe jingle can go fuck itself. Me and my girlfriend met each other in school. And we were in the same 3D animation technique. Like, I don't know if you call that a technique or whatever, but here it's pretty much how we call it. And basically, we were learning together and all. And when we got out of school, we were just like a few months together at this point. And I got a job in the field about 8 months later. And she took a job opportunity in an art gallery, but it wasn't linked to our field. And she legit went close to a burnout a few years ago working there. And what happened is that when I left my the studio I was at for Sony Animation, I basically asked my team leader if he will enjoy meeting my girlfriend for maybe replacing me, even though she didn't work in the field for 8 years and didn't have like a really updated material as a portfolio or whatever. And he said, yeah, why not? And she got back in the industry through there, and right now we are working together in the same team on the same project, and that's really cool because like I have the experience, but she's really a fast learner, and because she's surrounded by like amazing people at her job, and she has me also on the side, well, she really went fast through everything, so she's speed running all the skill levels and stuff in our field, and that's pretty sick to see. Human society job has grown our pet population threefold, and we went from 3 dogs to 4 dogs, 4 cats, and 3 ferrets. Whoopsie! Dual side. But we love animals and it's wonderful and fun. That's sick. Yeah, just like here, well, we don't have a lot, obviously. Like, we don't have a lot of animals, but we really do love animals and all. So basically here, we're not planning on having children at all, but animals is definitely like a must in here. So she's having to take care of her horse, and we have our dog and our cat, and we love all of them. Am I should be right now okay with what I'm doing there. Just let me try to do that, because basically I need to thread that on top here, and that's really not a fun place to thread stuff, let me tell you that. It's easier to learn and grow when you're surrounded by great people. Yeah, definitely. And at first she was like really not sure if she wanted to make the jump, just because it was intimidating. Like right now, even if she was burnt out of her job, she was in like a place she knew what was waiting for her every morning, even though it was like nothing great in the end of the day. Like at the end of the day was always like her being on the edge of like just doing a burnout. Well, actually she did a burnout, but she just like never expressed it like how was to say properly, not properly. It's like, you know, when you're taking a rubber band and like just stretching it out a lot, well, you think it's gonna snap eventually, but on her side it was pretty much like the rubber band just stretched out so much, but it was staying there. It was always on the edge of breaking, but it was never snapping properly. And because of that, it was like, you couldn't mention, I couldn't have any discussion about, do you want to look for another job? Do you want to go see a professional that will help you find what you might want to go back for, like what you want to do, and maybe where you can go back at school and stuff like that. And like anytime within the first 5 minutes of me trying to open up the subject, it was like her starting crying and everything. It was like I was feeling shitty, but at the same time I knew it wasn't like my fault. It was like just a tense subject that I couldn't like really talk about, and it sucked. And so that's why I figured that if I was able to find another opportunity, like if I was able to bring her an opportunity more than you should try to do something, it will maybe unlock something. And now she's so happy. Honestly, the last 5 years has been such a huge improvement for her. She's been working there for the last 3 years, but like through the last 5 years we really worked out how to bring all the positive possible in her life, and that's pretty cool. Pays off exponentially in the long run, taking care of animals. It's hard to explain, but once you're in, it makes sense. I'm sure you can really, definitely, man, definitely. Like, honestly, one of the best experience I had was taking care of the horse. She's having, I don't know, I never remember how you say it. The owner renting the horse for 1 or 2 times a week, and you pay a certain amount per month. How is it called? Like here it's like a half pension or something like that, and basically I don't know the proper translation for English, but yeah, so basically she's not the owner of the horse, but she's taking care of it 2 nights a week and stuff like that, and she can ride it 2 to 3 times a week, and that's pretty cool. But at some point that horse had a huge infection to an eye, and we had to give that horse 4 treatments per day: 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, for 3 months straight, every single day. That was something else. Like, that schedule was insane. Over half the schedule was the owner going by herself there. She's 15 minutes away, so multiple times a day she will take a break from her job, go there, give the treatment to her horse, and then go back to work. But sometimes it was just impossible. That's where my girlfriend stepped in and gave all the care to the horse. And at some point there was a moment where she couldn't, the owner couldn't, no one could go there and give the treatment. So I did all those moments, and that was something different. Like going there, a horse that you know, but like you're not the one riding it, you're not like a master for that horse, and like basically you go there, take all the treatment. We had to put 2 different products in the eye with a 5-minute cool down in between them. At some point we had also to give an antibiotic through the mouth and everything. It was something, to be fair. So much personality? Oh hell yeah, man. Oh yeah. And sometimes they are just some dickhead, to be fair. If they don't want something, you're gonna know about it. And they're gonna let you know really well that they are not allowing you to do anything. Yeah. Roommate's parents unfortunately are bad horse parents, and my wife's work had to get involved with the state. It was all bad. Horses are a big deal for sure. Yeah, oh yeah, and you have a lot of them. Actually, me and my girlfriend were talking about a case where basically a vet clinic just like stopped giving like medication and treatment and stuff like that to horses because of too many bad experience with not the horse themselves but the horse owners, and that sucks. Like at one point, the one moment it went all downhill was when a guy asked for them to come to his place because his horse was super sick and everything. He described everything the horse had, and they just told him, well, you know what, we are not specialized in horses, but from what you're telling us, like the horse won't make it, and like there's a really just low percentage of chance the horse will make it. And he was just like, yeah, but I don't care, I'm ready to pay anything, come here, try something at least, you're the only one around that can make it in time and everything. So they went there and they told the guy, we're not specialized in horses or anything, so it's at your own risk and you are aware of that. Yeah, no worries. And basically they gave the horse all the treatment possible. It was like for a $6,000 or $7,000 bill at the end of the day, and basically the horse didn't make it. And what happened after that is that the guy just went in court against them because basically he said they didn't have the right permit, like the right license and everything to do anything for horses, but they told the guy and still he won, and they had to pay back a shit ton of money. And that like was the end of the like any horse treatment and stuff. And it's not the only story we heard around Quebec, like not even like in the full province, but around the city of Quebec. They had 7 horses, 3 died from malnutrition. It's so bad trying to relay that to someone I've known as my kids' friends' parents for years. Then the parents got mad at me when the sheriff showed up to take the animals away because, yo, that's bad. That sucks, man. And okay, anyone in chat who doesn't know, a horse can live up to 25 to 30 years quite easily if it's in good health. So it's not like, and I don't want to like say, oh, some animals it's not that bad if they do not live that long, but I mean, if it's a freaking like redfish or something like that, like golden fish, and like, I mean, golden fish can live quite long too, but like, you know, if it's a golden fish in a like a little aquarium inside your house, or a horse, well, definitely I maybe value the horse a little bit more because like it's such a majestic animal, and yeah, 25 to 30 years of lifespan for such a big animal, it's something so insane. And yet like people are just like not treating them well. That blows my mind, to be fair. Front cam. All right. Look at you, Herchu, chatting a lot tonight. Are you trying to make sure I'm not working on the car? No, I'm kidding, man. Keep going. Just wanted to mess with you. All right, how can we do that here? I need to make sure I'm gonna secure that thing under the exhaust, and that's gonna be the hardest thing, I think, for that setup here. Dual side, and it's broken. Just so bad humans are so greedy and blind to other species. General, I don't think about any kind of repercussion other than how does it affect me today. Yeah, right. Oh, you're making sure I work slowly. I love that. I like your style. Oh, okay, fair. I love that. I love that. The build itself is not easy, so there's a plus on that too. Are we broken? Oh, we were almost broken there. So basically that's where we want to go. We need to make sure we are clearing the shit out of that exhaust, and that's the hardest part. However, I think I'm gonna be good to use some tie wrap to hold it against some part here. So what I'm talking about there is that we're gonna go right there, hold that like this, and that's gonna go like that pretty much. And from here, we should be good to clear pretty much everything there. So if I was to hold it right there, oh man, that's getting so close. I really need to hold it there. Yep, a chance we're gonna wrap that thing because it's gonna be close to the exhaust, man. That manifold is so close to everything there, but it's gonna work. I do believe it's going to work. So from there, that will be pretty much the perfect placement. We're gonna go ahead and try to cut that right there. So I'm gonna go grab a piece of tape. How you doing, Mr. Pound, today? Saw you in here a bit earlier. How everybody in the chat is doing, actually. That's also a good question, right? If I'm pushing that forward there, no. That's pretty much the best spot. I could definitely hold it through here. Yep, that's gonna work pretty well. Okay, I think I have a good plan there. And there, that makes it right there, middle. All right, let's see, we have at least 3 try with the rest of the line here. Let's try that. Up, front cam. Whew. Not gonna lie, last night I played a bit of Tarkov and it was pretty good. I had quite a bunch of PMC kill, but oh my god, there is some teamies right now. There is some low level probably just trying the game before wipe, because their friend said, hey, try it now, it's the best moment because it's gonna wipe. And whoo, it's funny to clap them. They are running all around and they look scared, and it's so good. I'm having a lot of fun clapping them, not gonna lie. Not going to lie. All right, there we go. Loud noise. All right, there we go. That now we need dual side. We need to go and grab that thing here. So we have that fitting that we welded on the side. Ideally would have been there. That was the initial plan. I failed, and honestly I regret it a little bit because at the moment it's really close to the starter motor. Here it would have been pretty good. With a 45 degree it would have been just perfect. So maybe one day it's gonna be something we're gonna have to modify. I don't think I have a 45 degree left, nope. So maybe one day we're gonna modify that. Honestly, it's so close to the starter right now. I cannot give it like a little bit of an angle. At the same time, I need to make sure I'm keeping that quite leveled. Just a tiny bit of angle. So we have a few millimeter of clearance, but it's not like, I can't say it's perfect. So that's what bothers me the most. But other than that, it's not too bad. So yeah, we're gonna see how it's going in the future, I guess. Also same for the dipstick. No clue how that's gonna turn out. I feel like it's gonna leak eventually. So here we're gonna have to take care of how the dipstick is reacting. We have to do some wiring for the starter motor also. So, you know, bunch of things to do. Definitely a bunch of things. Ground is in place. We just have like the 12 volt to bring there. Should be not too bad, however. It's gonna be to clear the exhaust, of course, but yeah, part of the game. What's that here? That's the crank sensor. So yeah, bunch of little things. Huh. That's gonna be the push on the wiring there. Front cam. All right, let's remove the tape we put in there to prevent any dust from getting inside our oil pan. Just like that. And now we're gonna try to finish mounting that. And if it's working first shot, well, we're gonna be ready to put that in, test it. If it's fitting, we're wrapping everything and we're gonna see if we're using metal tie wrap to hold it in place, which will be perfect. So let's go. There we go. So that's cool because distance won't be too long. Initial plan was to bring back the oil inside the timing cover, which would have been the ideal scenario. However, and I just realized I forgot to clean the inside there, so let me do it. I'm gonna grab the piece of towel I had. But yeah, so basically we were supposed to bring the oil back into the timing cover at the front. We even welded a bung on it and everything to make sure we were getting what we wanted out of it. But in the end, it didn't work because it was right against the aftermarket pulley I put on the engine. So that sucked a little bit. That pushed us back quite a lot at that exact moment, but hey, it's part of the games. So from there, we just work something out, and now look at us. We're moving forward on another scenario, and it seems like it's gonna work pretty well. We'll see if we're melting that line. Honestly, the protection's gonna be there for that. So as you can see, we just have a touch too much material there, but that's gonna be pretty cool. So it's just gonna slip right on top here and hold it in place, like hold that in place, and that's like fiberglass, so it won't melt right away. Here. What's up, Hawk? Let's go. How you doing? Oh, you're here right on time. Do you know what, Hawk? We have a challenge now. We have a freaking challenge. You're not ready for the said challenge. Hurt You gave us a solid challenge. He said he's gonna give 25 gifted sub on the channel if I'm getting that car running for like the first heat cycle. So not just a vroom and shutting it down, but like a proper decent idle moment before TFG get his car back. And since we know TFG, it should be on end of next week. It gives us a week and a half to get that car running. And honestly, I think it might be doable. I think it's a really like possible challenge. It's not like just impossible. There we go. Yeah, he said end of next week. So end of next week gives me quite a bit of time to maybe make it happen, you know? There we go. There we go. The challenge was accepted. So it's him. He proposed, like, I mean, on my side, there's nothing except like trying hard to get it. Like, it cost me nothing, you know? 25 gifted sub if I get it, otherwise nothing. So, you know, it's worth trying. And it's giving a solid motivation to try to push hard on those nights. And after that, he managed to start talking a lot, so making sure I was getting a bit behind schedule tonight. But that's another thing. I didn't say that. I said I will stop talking and you all need to entertain yourself all together. Come on. I love chat. I love reading chat. Otherwise, I will be alone in my girl. Imagine, Archie, you're saying you're giving me the challenge. All I'm doing is shutting down the stream and starting to work alone with music in here. And like in a week, I'm just turning on the stream and I'm like, done. Freaking done. Now piss off. But that's not the idea. The idea is to get the entire thing done on stream. Dual side. So there we go. All lines getting right here with a slide angle that will technically give it a good possibility to do what it has to do. From there, I need to bring that up here. Like so. And if I'm putting that there, if I'm putting the O-ring in here, oh yeah, threading right in. It will be comical. Well, like, the idea is still to have a full playlist on YouTube that I can watch in 10 years. I won't do it. We all know that. But like, I could watch in 10 years saying like, hey, I've done that project. Why am I speaking like at 40 years old, I will be a freaking old man? All right, get out of there, please. Oh, do I not have the space? Oh my God, that sucks. Okay, I'm gonna grab a wrench. I think it was 22 for that one, or 1 inch. I'm not sure anymore. I'm gonna bring both of them. It's the other one's not 22. And it's millimeter away from the starter motor, which is not the best. It's not bad, but it's not the best. It has a slide angle, so that's good. I'm okay with that. There we go. Now, can we bring it where we wanted it? I think so. There we go. Even there, just that will be plenty. All right, let's see what and how we can manage to hold it there. Was to do that. Hold it right there, that will be pretty good. Oh, G Big Dave, let's go, how you doing? Are you going to race TFG? Yes, I am. 40 isn't old. Yeah, I know, Hawk. I know. Yes, OG Big Dave, I'm gonna try it. Anyone want to add on top of the 25 proposed by Urchu? Anyone want to go with a 5 gifted on top of that and everything? We should make like a little something on the stream, like an overlay saying like, if it's starting before TFG get his car, people are going to give that, and that. You're 43. That's crazy. I have no clue. No freaking clue except for Hawk and Blue. Who's what in here? 43, 42, let's go. That's sick, boy. All right, okay, that's a thing. To be fair, to be totally honest, I'm always amazed when that happens because usually I will have people, well, it's not really true. I have quite a bunch of friends that are way older than me, but you know, like, I feel like in life, usually you will have like a circle of friends that are closer to your age because basically you're evolving pretty much at the same pace and everything. But like here, I feel like on Twitch, that doesn't matter at all. I'm 30, we have a bunch of people like 35 and above, just a few that are actually around my age, like Blue, 32, I consider you totally around my age. And then just a very, very few people like under 30 or 25, I will say. Like there's, Jeff is now 25, I think. But like otherwise, Danik, you're under 25, I think. Or maybe a little, I don't know. But yeah, just a few of them are actually under that. And that's crazy, I love that because I feel like it doesn't matter at all in here and that's perfect. Because in the end, we don't know before anyone is saying anything, you know? So we're just enjoying the person for who they are, not like their age, their job, their appearance, whatever. We're just there like because we love each other. Isn't that beautiful? Hashtag blessed. Hashtag streamer man. Hashtag that's gonna work. So we're gonna change that for a metal tie wrap eventually, but that's gonna work. It's giving me exactly the path I want it to do. So it's going from here, doing that curve there, and moving all the way up, and always with an angle that is going down. And that's the most important part of all that. Because basically, since it is only working with the actual gravity, well, it needs to flow down and back to the oil pan. If it's getting stuck somewhere, it could damage the turbo basically. So that's a big thing. As long as everyone is chill, that's true. Streams are different, yeah. I've been attached to people older than me. My parents' friend said I have an old soul and loved talking to me when I was a kid. And now that I'm 40 plus, I really connect to people younger than me. That's crazy, that's cool. We're all just nerds. Blue just smashing right facts into the face of everyone. Yeah, good connection, good fun. Honestly, okay, I have two different stories with that. And no, I'm not going to throw the jingle in there again. Like, fuck that. It's like always, I'm a nerd, yep, same. I mean, I'm working 40 hours a week in front of a computer. I don't think you're getting more nerds than that, except if you're a really deep Star Wars fan and like being like, the last trilogy was bad. It was bad, but we don't care. Front cam. So, two little story there with what you just said, hurt you, that I think is really good, is that you're saying you were like considered an older, like an old soul, and older people love to chat with you. My entire time I was studying in 3D animation, I was living with my father's uncle and aunt, so basically my grand uncle, I guess, and my grand aunt, and they were like 72 years old pretty much, and we were sharing like so much in common. Like it was just so fun to chat with them, like listen to their stories about trips they made. They went all around the world and stuff like that. They never had, well, she had a child, but not with my grand uncle. Was in the previous, with a previous because husband, that's the word I was looking for. So with a previous husband and everything, but they never had children together and all, and they just travel around the world and everything. And I was like, whoa, that's sick. And you know, when you have the chance, like I was about 18, 19 years old at the moment, and so I was old enough to understand like what they went through and their lifestyle, their choices and stuff like that. Like, you know, you're mature enough to understand what they are talking to you and all the stories they are sharing, and that blows my mind, honestly. And all that started with one dinner where I met them, and when I told them, hey, I'm going in 3D animation in Quebec City, I'm doing that because like I really love what I'm gonna be doing. I really love that feel, like it's artistic and everything. And when I told them with passion what I wanted to do, it's them who proposed to give me a room in their house so that I can live for a cheap price over there, like in Quebec City. Because basically at 17 years old, I moved from my parents' house to an hour away from there in Quebec City to study. So it was quite a bit freaky because like 17 years old, man, you're still like kind of young for that, but didn't have the choice. So how much you can relate that someone decades different from you in age. Life experiences knows no age. Yeah, true. Honestly, like the time will change, politics, stuff like that. Like the country is growing different, but again, like you always find something in common. Like we're not having it easier, we're not having it really harder. Well, definitely we're having it easier, I think, but like otherwise, seeing them like in the 70s that were traveling around the world, man, planes and stuff like that were not as good as today, and all those things, you know, like GPS and Google Maps, nothing. A freaking map. And one of the biggest story I heard from them is when they went in a trip, I don't remember exactly where, but they went on an adventure on a boat through the jungle and everything, and some poacher took shot at the boat. So, and it was not like a big boat or anything, it was a small thing going through the different rivers in the jungle, and they got shot at by poachers and stuff like that in there. And like they are telling you the story like many years later, and they are quite chill with it, but they are also telling you all the emotion, how scared they got at the moment and everything, and like it's something else. Yeah, that was wild. That's one of the craziest story I heard. So that was the first one I had to say. Second one is one of my really good friend nowadays is a guy I met about 5 years, 6 years ago, and he is he could basically be my father. Like not by that much, but like honestly, his son I think is 4 or 5 years younger than me. So just setting that there, and the way I met that guy is pretty insane. I went for a drifting lesson on a nice lake, and so it's a guy I'm racing with. He's giving a drifting lesson on ice during winter. Yeah, right. I love that too. I love that type of content. It's so cool. And like, yeah, basically, I met that guy over there, and he had he had like a right-hand drive car, so basically a Japanese imported car, so the wheel was on the right-hand side, so you're driving like that, like a badass. And it's a small one, it's a small Mazda all-wheel drive. It's a 323 GTR, if anyone knows, but yeah, it's a really sick looking funny box. And I was just like, oh yo, your car looks cool. And the guy just looked at me and went like, oh, you love it? You want to try it? And he gave me my first opportunity to drive a right-hand drive. You really want it, Blue? Story time.
Hooray, it's story time. Hooray, it's story time. We're so glad to
For
be
once,
with
we're triggering that at a proper opportunity there. right? It makes me happy too, man. I'm literally having chills right now, okay? It's really something incredible, I think. And like, yeah, where I was, oh yeah. So basically the guy, we know each other for about 2-3 hours now. Just had a quick chat here and there, but he was chatting with other people he know pretty well. And I just said, oh man, your car looks freaking sick. Honestly, like, it's really cool. Can I get into the passenger seat? And he was like, oh, you love it? Well, you want to try it? And he just gave me his keys like that. And I'm like, you serious? Yeah, I definitely want to try that thing. And he was like, well, go for it. And I'm like, wait, you're not getting in the passenger seat? He's like, no, I've done plenty, go for it. And he just threw me his keys to try his car alone on a nice lake, drifting through cones and like a bunch of snow and stuff like that, like snowbank and stuff like that. And I was like, what the heck, who's that guy? He's super chill. And so I did some crazy drifting, and at some point I drifted a perfect 360 inches away from a cone, because all-wheel drive can do that on ice. And when I came back, he was just like, dude, you're drifting my car better than I'm doing. What the heck? And so later that night, like in the evening, we all went, all that group that was for the drift lesson there, we went to the restaurant, we were chatting and asking everyone like, what you're doing in life? Hi, nice to meet you, what you're doing in life? And he told me like, oh yeah, I'm having my own construction business. I'm doing mostly kitchen and bathroom and stuff like that. And 2 weeks later, exactly 1 week after getting my new job at Squeeze Animation Studio, we had a flood in the bathroom. Basically, the washing machine drain stuck with like probably midnight hair and bunch of clot stuff, and just clog it there. We discovered later on that all the drain was poorly done and not to the norm, and basically it got stuck, and all the washing machine emptied through the shower all the way on the floor and fucked up all our basement. So we called the insurance, and I was like, I know a super cool guy who's doing that. So 2 weeks later, I messaged him like, hey man, are you doing insurance job? And he said, yeah, of course. We discovered, okay, just to set it up, we were 2.5 hours away from where I'm living, okay? So I messaged him. I knew he said that he was in Quebec City, but nothing else. So I messaged him, are you doing insurance job? He was 10 minutes away. He's living 10 minutes away from my place. It was next to him. And through the summer, we did the job of the bathroom, and I worked a lot with him, and we had so much fun, honestly. It's not supposed to be fun, that kind of things, but we had fun and everything. Now he's a super good friend, and the other day, like, I don't know if, probably you won't remember, but like a couple of weeks ago, more like a month and a half ago, I was supposed to stream on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, and I never streamed just because he came in here at my place, looked at the Datsun and everything, and we started chatting. And you know, when two good friends are really good friends, is when it's been a couple of months they didn't see each other. They start chatting. We thought that 1 hour went by. 4 hours went by and we didn't notice. And I swear, I was like, man, what time is it? It's probably like 1:30. I'm so hungry. Look at my cell phone, 3:30 in the afternoon. I look at him, I was like, I hope you didn't have anything else to do, cause man, there's a reason why I'm so hungry. And he's like, what's up? It's 3:30. And we were just like, what the fuck? So yeah, that was pretty insane. I'm gonna give you a chance for your challenge there, hurt you. You want another one? If I come back to my grand uncle and my grand aunt, basically, you know me now quite well. it's not only on stream that I can chat for hours and hours and hours about cars. Now, imagine if I spent 3 years of my life, of my student life, with my granduncle and my grandaunt. What do you think happened? They heard a shit ton of things about cars, like a lot. And one, by the way, both of them are passed away in the last couple of years and all. So just so you are aware of where that story is going a little bit. And basically 2 years before my granduncle passed away, my father bring him to one of my race, like one of my competition. And basically in autocross, one thing that's pretty cool is in the local championship, you can have people in the passenger seat and everything, and it costs nothing. Like, because we are a private club, basically we are renting the place and we are having our own insurance. Anyone coming by can sign the waiver and be allowed to go anywhere on the track, like obviously not in a car, but they can walk anywhere. They just have to take responsibilities for what they're doing, pretty much. So just don't put yourself in front of a car. Pooh, doesn't take 300 IQ to do that, and otherwise you're free to do whatever you want, including jumping in the passenger seat with someone, and that's freaking cool. My father bring my granduncle to a race, and he jumped in my car for one. He just went in there for one run. I did my first 3 in the morning, and for the 4th try, so first of 3 in the afternoon, he jumped in the passenger seat. And that day, we won the event with that specific run. He was in the passenger seat, and man, oh my god, I'm having chill right now, okay? If there's one thing I will never ever forget in my entire life, it's the smile that man had when he got out of my car after a run, after that specific run. And I still have a picture of me and him with the BMW at the racetrack, and just both of us with a hand on the hood of the car and like being like, yes, like we won. And man, that thing was something. The smile on his face at the end, and at the end of the day, because there was still the entire afternoon to go through, we were looking at the result and everything, and at the end of the day, when they called my name as being the first position for the overall category, so it doesn't matter the amount of modification or anything, I was on top there. Like, man, best feeling. And knowing everything that happened after that, and like sickness, stuff like that, mental health issue, cancer, like name it, it was like quite crazy after that. But like, yeah, that there, such a precious memory. It's it's something else. So yep, there you go. Are we working a little bit now? Oh man, I have chills for real. Whew. I was not expecting that tonight. I'm not tired anymore. Wonder why? Dual side. So what I'm gonna do here is disconnect that from the turbo, cut the tie wrap I put down there. That was to try something there, and it worked. And what we're gonna do now is put the heat wrap through that line and make sure it's working great. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about just throwing it in there, and we're gonna wait for a tool to basically clamp it with a metal tie wrap right on top of the fittings, but it shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna be able to do it right on the spot, not having to dismantle, to disconnect it again. I just ate GPD, some caffeine in me, I'm up. Let's go! What is GPT? I'm not sure what that abbreviation is. Isn't that late for you too, Dave, to eat some caffeine? Honestly, I don't know on your side, guys, but on my side, I can't take anything, like any coffee or anything like that, past like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Otherwise, I'm not sleeping. Got some oh, you got some caffeine. Damn. Yeah, no. If I was to do that like at around dinner or something, I will freaking like sleep super bad. 6:39 Holy shit. But yeah, at the time it is right now, yeah, it's not in the morning. It's 6:39 at night. Whew. Well, I can sleep 30 minutes after pounding a monster. Hawk, you're broken. Your metabolism is broken, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. "12-ish, maybe one fair. Well, yeah, I'm going to bed at around 12 most of the time. Most of the night, I'm usually going at there. But even if I'm taking a coffee at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, even if I'm going to bed at 12, I'm gonna be freaking destroyed, and that's just straight fact. Is it going to be easier if I'm removing it? That's the question. Because now, if I want to bring that, yeah, I think it is going to be easier. So let's remove it, even though we connected that pretty well. We're gonna remove that. I'm gonna remove the tape here also. There you go. So yeah, let's remove it and trim that and make sure it stays in place there. That 1 inch. Up. 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 Here we go. That should be plenty for me to do it by hand now, I think. Yep. So that's gonna work. Honestly, I don't know how we're gonna do our 90-degree turn here, but it should be doable. Should. There we go. Now, if I'm doing that, is that going to get out? Yeah, pretty well. All right, front cam. Oh yeah, we had someone giving us cheap viewers at a wonderful link. Let's go. Thanks for the ban, Hawk. I should do that stream element, ban them and not time them out, right? Bit later schedule, a little nut coffee. It's a juice with some caffeine. Not as much as coffee. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh yeah, and the weed is probably helping. Yeah, I'm not taking that, so. You know, you're not supposed to counterbalance things, just saying. Come off a bed, time to watch more Rebel Moon. Let's go! 3 hours each. Yeah, that's some Zack Snyder's shit right there. Not gonna lie. Have a good evening and a good night, Herchu. Thank you so much. I enjoyed the chat tonight. It was amazing, man. I really, really do enjoy that. Was freaking cool. See you later, man. Yeah, honestly, you hyped me for that. I really do need to watch that. Not gonna lie, it do looks like it is a fire. I think I put the pen back there. Thank you. Yeah, we have a long night of work tonight if we want to, you know, win the challenge. That can get compressed a little bit, yep. So I can cut it there. So let's cut that. I don't know what's gonna be the best cut that, to be fair. So we're gonna find out together. I'm wondering if my big cutters for a big electric cable won't work for that. It's going through like a lot of little metal fiber, so maybe fiberglass like that, it will work also. Let me try. Oh, it's cool. They are not in their spot. Hey, hey. Oh, they are just there. They are close to it, Phil, so that's good. Time to buy a new Etsy toys. My lollipops are all gone. Sheesh. All right, we're gonna try with that. I have no clue how it's gonna turn out. Ho ho ho!
Aye.
Seems like it's working. What's up, Jeff?
More energy, more energy, more network.
No, it's not rubber, it's fiberglass. And yes, it's wire cutter, but it's working great for that, just because basically, since it's fiberglass, it's going well through a lot of small particle, like small filament there. So it's working great, so shut the fuck up. No, it's working great, it worked great. Look, I had a good cut, shut the fuck up. Oh, Jeff, I'm sorry, by the way. Some people might tell you a bunch of small things sooner or later. You know, like a specific Subaru that was draining like current because of a little bypass someone did. I fixed it in 10 minutes and less. It's all working great now, and it won't be draining the battery anymore. 10 minutes. Easy peasy. But your like temporary fix gave me the idea of what to look for, basically. And I was right, so yeah, I know. I think it's the temporary that lasted for a little too long, and basically, yeah, I found the solution pretty well. Basically, it was the signal for the relay that was not getting through, and I found out why it was a blown fuse in one spot. But like, yeah, I just fixed it so quickly tonight. It was like really something funny. Oh, I hope it's your shop right now. You just posted Hawk. I hope it is, because it is the best shop out there. Go take a look, guys. Really worth it. Dual side. Actually, there was two that were blown, but one of them was not linked to that. And you maybe didn't find it right away, because it was one on the inside, second row, starting at the bottom pretty much. So it was like both of them were there, and yeah, it was like what gave me a hint is that basically I check with the multimeter if there was like current going to the relay, and there was. So I was like, okay, he had to bypass it from another 12 volt spot to the pin getting out of the relay. So therefore, if I'm putting another relay and doesn't fix it, that means the relay is good and it's signal that is not good. And so took a look for it, and yeah, pretty much found it right away. And that was pretty cool, because now everything, power window and everything is working great on the car again. Ah! So that's pretty sick. All right, ugh, can I get that out of there, sir? Please, thank you. All right, let's bring that up here. All right, let's start it. Pretty good, so that we don't have to fight it. And yes, with the heat protection, it should be good to last for a while, hopefully. So that, and that's gonna go right there against that. And so it's staying away from the exhaust. Cool. Let's finish. No one but in a parking, and it was shit fair. I mean, it was just in my driveway, you know. Yeah, yeah, that's what is helping a lot. What do you mean you see a hole? Oh, what's up, Traxxas? Oh, that. Do you love what you're seeing now? Imagine I get my hand stuck in there. Will be a shame if I get my hand stuck in that big hole, Daddy. Blue clip that if you want your command. I know I owe you that comment already, but that's a good one. What's the challenge? Oh, you want me to tell Triaxis my challenge? By the way, Triaxis, we're having a challenge given by Herchu in here. Hope you're doing amazing, sir. By the way, thanks for coming by. Appreciate that. Basically, we were having like a little running gag for the last month or two where we were saying my car will start before TFG will get his Nissan back. And Herchu said he will gift the channel 25 gifted sub if I'm getting the car running before TFG is getting his back. Because he said on his stream that he's gonna get it by end of next week. So that's giving me about a week and a half to get that thing running. And honestly, looking at it on paper, we're not that far away from it. So I wrote to my girlfriend, tell her I'm gonna sleep in the garage from now. We're going in a Subathon. No, I'm not going in a Subathon. But like basically, we're gonna try to make Herchu pay that. So yeah, that's a really good question. The considered running is going to be the first startup and not just like cranking and and it dies. It's basically the first heat cycle. So we're gonna put the like cheap engine oil in it, and we need to do a first heat cycle until the thermostat is opening up, and then we're shutting down the car to drain the oil. So we need to get to that before end of next week. So if we can get the first freaking startup and get that running and do the first like heat cycle before draining the oil, that's considered running, because after that it's all about finishing a bunch of small details, but the engine itself will be pretty much done and ready to get started, do the break-in, and get an appointment to the dyno actually. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So yep. And at this point, it should be actually moving under its own power, because basically we have all the drivetrain in place. Only thing I'm missing on the drivetrain is a few bolts on the drive shaft that I technically have. So we're gonna take a look at it anyways while the car is up there, probably maybe even tonight. So, you know, can you walk me through how much is left? What I'm not attempting to keep him talking and what? Nah, you're not. Right? You're absolutely not. Well, guess what? I have a list here I did while I was waiting at the registration office the other day. So we have to do the vacuum for the turbo. We installed pretty much everything we had that was needed there, and now we just need to plumb it. That's a nice sound for the moment. We need to do the vacuum for the brake, which is a basic line. Everything is already ordered and should be here tomorrow or Thursday. I think Thursday for that one. Catch can is installed. We need to do the vacuum for that too. So that's also same line as the brake one. After that, install to its final position the throttle cable. Worst case, we could start it without it, but that will be ideal, because that we could have the laptop and press the fuel pedal, the throttle pedal and everything. Then we have a bunch of wiring. The biggest part is probably that wide open baby. Whap! So basically, I think the biggest part we have left pretty much is wiring. We have most of it done, but there's still a bunch to do, and to connect the injector and everything. And after that, it's gonna be like a leap of faith of, is it going to leak everywhere or whatever. Like basically, two biggest thing that could happen from now on is when we're gonna try to bleed the clutch. The clutch could be, if it's leaking at the slave cylinder inside the transmission, we need to remove all the engine to get access to the transmission, and that's gonna suck big donkey balls. Like, that's the worst thing that could happen. Other than that, second thing that could happen is that fuel system is leaking. That we're gonna test it once we fired up the ECU for the first time, and we're just gonna run the fuel pumps from the ECU with everything else shut, just so we prime our system and see if there is any leak anywhere. So we're gonna let them run for probably 2 to 5 minutes and just see how they are acting, and like if we can have any smell or any visible leak. If everything feels good, after that it's cranking for oil pressure and then firing it up by turning ignition on. So that's pretty much it. I think yeah, we're getting pretty much there, but like all those things like the cables like that and everything, that's the thing that could take a while to get done properly, you know. So yeah, we'll see once we're there. All right, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. How's it looking down here? That's not bad. I will put that tie wrap again there, just temporarily, so it's holding it where it should be and not where it shouldn't be. This man knows, he knows what. So why is it called a 4-stroke engine? Oh man. I will definitely need to look properly, like a proper definition, because wait, what is already the difference between a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke? Yeah, what he said. Hey, what's up, Fiscal? Thanks for the like, appreciate you, man. But honestly, I will have, because like I know it's a Ford action type. Yeah, wait. I know it. It's just I need to think about it. It's because basically on a 4-stroke engine, the piston is going up once to create compression. Then when it's moving down, it's like second action where it push, like the intake valve is opening, it push basically air and gas, like air and fuel in there. Then it's going back up, explosion, that's the third action. Then it's moving down and up again to push the exhaust out. So 4-stroke engine is a 4 of fuel and exhaust, timing of fuel and exhaust. Yeah, that's it. So it's basically a 4 action to get it properly, like to do a full cycle basically. 1 compression, power, and exhaust. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to say it, Jeff there. But yeah, thank you. I didn't look like a stupid boy. I was able to say it before someone write it in chat. Let's go! W. Gonna be sending dirt by the plastic. Hope all goes perfectly. Hey, let's go. You got this, man. You freaking got this. All right. That's gonna hold it in its position for now until we put a metal clamp there. Let me just trim the end of it. We had a small cutter. Did I throw it back in its spot? I don't think I did. So I lay right there. W. It's a W. Because that's what we're doing in here, some W. I love how you wrote that. It's just perfect. That's not the trash can, that is. All right, so that's the oil drain for the turbo done. That was a good part of what we had planned tonight. Now let's move to something else that is also turbo related. Can't wait to break the cam right there. So far, so good. Interesting. Okay, let me try to. All right, do you see that here? That there is the actual plug that we need to use to give a reference of the boost to our wastegate. Now, from what I'm seeing, I think the guy before me didn't use that and plugged it, but we're gonna make sure it is. So if TFG gets his car before you, gets yours done, is the gift of 25 sub go? No, it's not really. Honestly, it's just like, can I get my car running before his car is back? Because basically it's not like we were both working on our car by our own. But yeah, it's Urchu. Urchu didn't say anything about it, so I assume that no. And to be fair, you want my real advice on that? If it is to go for TFG, if he's getting his car before I'm done with mine, wait for the Subathon to throw those 25 in there. If you know what I mean, we're gonna keep the man alive for a freaking while. Might as well serve a double purpose there, you know? All right, that doesn't seem to be the right one. Let me double check. Nope. So that it is an American company turbo, so could be in another turbo. Hey man, we need to get access to that turbo. I just freaking destroyed the panel there. I might break the camera now because that camera is not super happy sometimes. Let's go. Look at that. And the idea here, I kept the metal sheet there and probably going to just extend some part of it, and I'm gonna bolt it in there. Because honestly, worst thing with turbo setup is usually that you never have access to one of these bolts to undo the turbo once it's mounted and everything. Right now, I could basically undo my intake clamp here, oil on top, and all these through here, and just remove the turbo really easily. So that's a huge plus. So at first I was supposed to re-weld a metal sheet with just a bump in it to clear the hot side, but honestly it's gonna like be something that is bolted up and that I still have. Like maybe I'm gonna close there and make just a panel that looks a little bit more clean, but it's gonna stay like that for sure. Sure. There we go. All right. That cut was a game changer in my first turbo setup here, so you know, might as well keep it. Let me try to not destroy cam connection. There we go. Not too bad. Up. Maybe I could find that in a ratchet too. Oh, it changed. Well, let me check something. Dual side. So yeah, who think I can get that car running before TFG get his car running back? His is running already. He had a pretty long time getting a car that was not running properly last year, so let's be honest. He was in the same boat as me on that. Oh, that's not fitting. Shit. Back to the manual one. It's gonna get easier and easier. So we need to get that out. We're gonna need to whoops, I hit the cam. Oh yeah. And there we go. So this is the intake reference port, now accessible, and let's testify about the right thing right here. Should be, as long as it is clearing this side, but it should be. So that's what we're attempting to put in there. So that should be clearing technically. Nailed it. I have a second one. I won't bend over to grab that one. Oh no, I'm too old for that. All right, can we fit that there? Seems like we are hitting on something there. That kind of sucks. And being the air filter, I don't think we're gonna be able to go really much lower than that. Can I cut it? I could cut it. Honestly, I could just trim it, like keep only the last piece there, and that will work. Honestly, I should have bought the same thing that I had for the water pump. That was the best. All right, I'm gonna go on the workbench, go straight into the vice grip and trim it. Loud noise. The no context not there yet. I had quite a big day, to be fair, today, Blue. But I swear, one thing I can tell you is that I swear it's gonna be there, the no context, for maximum Friday night. Might be there before, but it will be there for maximum Friday night. Is that a deal? We're gonna get the no context for sure for the Friday stream. Otherwise, that will be disgusting on my side not to give you at least that, right? So here we go. I just trimmed that thing with one little clip left, and with a proper clamp on it, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. And now it's still not fitting exactly well, but if I was to remove the air filter, I'm pretty sure it would. And I'm saying it's not fitting, but it's almost threading, so I think we're gonna be pretty good. There we go. Yep, just need to remove the air filter and it's gonna clear. And we need to end it up having it towards here so it can go up to the boost control solenoid. Calm down, Sparky. Don't tell me what to do. Do I have a good access to here for the right there? Let me try to get that out with a screwdriver. Where's my screwdriver? It's there. I don't want to lower the car, so I'm gonna be attempting that without seeing what I'm doing. Seems like a freaking good idea, right? Nope. Let me grab something to see what I'm doing. What will be the best? I have a bench right there. Why did you pin the lol of Dave, Hawk? Let me guess. The amazing UI of Twitch Mobile. Am I right? I really love the random pinned message. Oh, I need to have a flat screwdriver or a 8mm. That's why. I should put that in the redeem. Pin my message. And like you can have it only like 3 times in a stream, so people are going to fight for their message to be pinned. Will be totally useless, but could be funny to do. Hop. Hey, we have access now. Woo. Turbo. Thanks, mobile. I knew it. Look at that. Oh, I removed it. Well, all right, that time I know it's gonna be the good one, so I'm gonna bring everything I need for it, including the 10mm that's gonna allow me to. Oh, It's not 10 mil. What is it? 9? It is 9 mil. Oh well. And I'm gonna bring the good stuff to seal it properly. There we go. People feet. We love that people feet. We love it in here. Now 2% of my job are starting using it, and I love that. There we go. Look how good that is. And if that's not working, we have another one that we can try to fit in there in a different method, but I don't think it's going to happen. Now, how am I bringing that one? Focus voice. I've been chatting for a while there. People feet 10 times. Time 10, that's what I meant to say. But I'm too tired. Right, that one there might be working. With that, I just don't want to crush it bad, but I have an idea. Let's see if it's working. All I need to do basically is that it is working. That's pretty cool. Can I go like that? Yep. And now I should be able to go. Oh my gosh, that's so... Are we going with just that? I think it could be enough. That seems pretty good. And with the thread sealant, I think we should be good to run some air through it. Yeah, that should work. So now if I'm putting back the filter on, up. And been a while I haven't disconnected it. I don't remember how to reconnect it properly. But, oh, there we go. Without forcing on it. There we go. Easy. And now I will just take that, sir. Up, up. That will be easier to thread in. That. That. Easy. All right. Look at that. We have now a fitting for our air to get out of there, and that's gonna connect to the exact same one I showed you yesterday, which is that one here. So that's going to go right on top there with a clamp, and it's gonna be pretty tight, so it should be working great. Look. So that's gonna be perfect. We're gonna put a small clamp on it, because basically it's gonna see maximum 15 pounds of pressure, and technically it shouldn't be too bad. If it's really like not working that great, yeah, I don't think I could have saved one more. I will buy the other one, which is like just first of all fitting the square in there, and then you can like screw through on it like the other section. It's really better than what that one is. But for now, that one should work. Anyway, we're not going to make boost on the first step of that, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, and I didn't finish threading everything underneath, I think. Right, like the return line. Did I? Don't think I did. Now that one is threaded, and the one on top here, right next to it, I don't have access. I don't know how we're gonna be. I will have to remove the front housing. I don't know. I think the best thing will be to remove the turbo, to disconnect the turbo entirely, and I don't want to do that. Honestly, being like here and not under pressure, it doesn't have to be fully like in a crazy matter, but you don't want it to undo itself. So I have no clue how I'm gonna get there. There's no way I can make any movement there. Interesting. If I had to take something, maybe I will change eventually the fitting there, because there is some that are going like a couple of inches down, and that will just help us so much here. Because I can still thread it slightly just by hand, which is not good. But yeah, for a first start, that could still work. So it's no big deal, but I will take a note to revisit that. I have also another list, because Triaxis was asking me what was left on the car. I have a list for that, but I have a list also of things I'm not quite happy with and I need to take a look at. There we go. One Jeff, I'm not happy with him. Oh. Yikes. All right. Next step, let's go. Front cam. You missed it, Jeff. Get good. I was saying I have a list for what's left to do on the car, but I also have a list of things I want to revisit because I'm not quite happy with. And Hawk just said, first, Jeff. I need to fix you. All right, What's up, Onika? Welcome back. I guess you just got back home. I saw you at the beginning of the stream in here. And then you went radio silent, so I guess you went just back home now. Let's go! How you doing, sir? Hope you had a wonderful day. All right, what are we up to next? I have a couple of fittings to put in there, so we're gonna check for that. Also, one thing cool. If I'm not wrong, let me check something. That fitting here is gonna get used. It's gonna get used to prime all the oil. Oh, I was talking about to you about what I just put on the turbo, but there we go. It's a smaller version of that basically.
Now
So if that's not sealing,
what?
Your titties.
My titties?
Like,
those. So yeah, basically it's that. So that is screwing in a smaller diameter, like a smaller area. So that's pretty perfect. And then you just screw your fitting on top here. So if that one's not sealing properly, that's what we're gonna use. I'm still pretty confident with that one, but like if it disappoint me, well, we're gonna go with that. And so what I was about to say is that we're gonna replace a cap we put on the side of the engine with that thing here, and that thing will have our second oil pressure sensor that we're gonna run to our gauge that we have on our dashboard. But at first, before putting it, what's cool is that we're gonna be able to do that and screw that in, and this is going exactly in the port that in the manual for the rebuild they are telling you to maybe put a fitting like that to prime some oil through the entire system. So this is at the beginning of the oil pump, and it is bringing the oil all the way through your oil filter, and you can bring that all the way through to fill up your oil gallery one time. And then we're just going to unscrew that, like unscrew the fitting here, and put our sensor back without trying to prevent all the oil from getting back. So it's gonna help for the first start. Good evening, Mr. Goose. How you doing, sir? Taco Tuesday. Oh man, Taco would have been fired tonight. I would have had. He's there! Guys, make sure to drop a follow to Lump because he started streaming, and this man is amazing. Let's go. How you doing, Lump? Happy to see you here, man. Feels like it's been 10,000 years. Doing good, yeah. Let's go. Shout out. I love that. Thanks, Hog, for that. So good. Just got done playing Delta Force. How is it? Did you like it? Did you stream it? I felt bad last night, Lump. I don't know when you went off stream, but I was like, I thought when Blue told us you were now streaming from time to time, I was meant to raid you, and I forgot at the end of the stream because I just wanted to get inside, get a shower and everything. So, yep, I felt really bad. I'm sorry, friend. You ratted not successfully. I mean, what do you want to rat right now? The dust? The emptiness of the Tarkov world? What do you want to rat at this point of the wipe? Oh man, right now it's a bit sad, honestly. Last night it felt good when I killed some like level 1 player, just to give you an idea. Like level 5 and level 4, me and Jeff just like pretty much scared those guys to death. Yeah, true. Blue told us that because he played with me and Hawk and Jeff right after, and he told us like he made a deal with the guy but never told about you being down there, and I'm pretty sure I know which spot you were in, and because that was my spot at first, but I think now it has your name on it, to be fair. They're gonna have a Lumkaluna on the ground there. And so like he told us how you just murdered that guy that trusted Blue so bad. I mean, Blue spoke for himself at this point, saying he's chill and he let the guy go. So I mean, right now that was on his own. Like, oh my god, that's so good. Oh yeah, that's golden there. I love that. All right, let me bring you all guys underneath the car because we're gonna be undoing a plug, and I want you to know it. By the way, Lump, we're gonna have some no context like random sound really soon in the Discord. The plan was to get at least 10 clips, and we are at 11, probably 12 now because Blue seems to have spotted another one. Oh no, he was asking for it. So we are at 11-1. So basically, what do you mean? What do you mean you hijacked the convo? You didn't? You're putting life in here? Or earlier? Or wait, what? Huh? Was there a convo on Discord? I don't know what you're talking about. Never mind. I feel like you saw a problem where there was no problem at all. Hey! Love that. And so yeah, basically we're gonna have like a freaking because I want to say it. Yeah, freaking no context in here, so that's gonna be good. We should go back with the one where I'm just lubing that bearing hole there, and all those things could definitely be in there. Yummy. Where the cake's at? Dual side. There you go. Oh, I broke the cam again. Man, I hate that cam now. I really do. I'm about to just buy another one, but I'm poor. Oh, it's really disconnected. All right, wait a sec. Blowing in it just like old cartridge. Is that what we call a blow job? There you go. Woo! Oh no! Why do I have the sound in my head? There we go. All right, can I not broke the cam again? All right, that's good. We got it. I'm gonna break it, right? Is it broken? No, it's not. Okay, cool. We need to go right there. That thing here is getting replaced. So we installed that, it's a brand new one. We are removing it already and replacing that with the adapter. So basically behind that cover here, we have the oil pump, and that oil pump is sucking oil from the actual, oil pan, and it is pushing it through. You see the shape in there on the side of the engine block, right at the tip of my finger there. It is basically pushing the oil there all the way to the oil filter, and then it's getting pushed everywhere in the engine block and all the oil system. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're gonna start priming our engine to make sure we have some nice little oil all around it at first. But for now, we're gonna just install our fitting and we're gonna prepare all of that. Yes, it is clean, right? It won't stay like that for a long time, lol. You know how a car is getting quite messy when you're taking it out. And I'm not the best one to keep my stuff clean, to be fair. Like, I'm trying, but I prefer to use them than to wash them. All right. Just get it in there, sir. Thanks. Let's try to open you up. Need to crack that open. Up. I think I'm gonna need a hammer. It's hammer time, baby. Oh yeah, throw those hug in here. Let's go. Love that. That's not working great. I think I'm gonna use the old ancestral technique of the wrench at the end of that. That 15 should be perfect. Yeah, I feel that. I didn't wash the BMW since the beginning of the season. I still have my racing sticker decal, like just the outline of it on the paint. Oh yeah, crack open, baby. Crack open. There we go. That thing is now out. And we're gonna throw in the new one. Do I have a 1-inch ratchet key or not? You knew, Alum, that I had a BMW? I hope you did. My old M3, with which I'm winning races. Cause no time to fuck around, gotta go fast, boy. Right, all that, let's put some thread sealant on that one too. What's the main rule of owning a BMW? Make sure you never use your turn signal. Okay, it's all for me, guys. No. I'm a good BMW driver, okay? I always use my turn signal and all that. I'm a good boy. I don't want to be part of the average BMW owner. And honestly, it's not just like a meme, it is a real thing. Sorry, you're just seeing my arm right there. There we go, going in. The girlfriend just came back, heard that. The wrench is there. I don't know if the wrench is gonna fit. Let's try. Yeah, it should. It's just I don't have a lot of space to make it happen. Is it all the way down? Oh yeah, it is, okay. I wasn't sure for a second. I think it's pretty much in place now. Cannot really go further than that. Dual side. I forgot I was not in the right thing. Is it still up? Yeah, it's working, cool. So, most new cars are worth more than I got my RX-7 for. Don't consider it a brag. Honestly, it's true though. Which is crazy, you know? Like, I mean, you still have some cheap, bad looking car. Oh, front cam. Look who's there! Hawk! Everybody, look! Salut! Allô, mon cochon! Allô! Yeta! Viens, Midnight. He doesn't have his toy ball, so he's not coming. Viens, viens, Midnight. Viens. Allez. Yeta, yeta. Ouais, reste, reste. Assis. Assis. Mon chien. Allô! Allô! Comment est-ce que ça va? Allô, ben ouais, comment est-ce qu'il va? Ben ouais, mon gros chien. Allô! He's so little, right? He's a little boy. Might get jealous. Fair. Oh, comment est-ce que ça va, Midnight? T'as-tu une belle ride? Oh, oui, certain. Oh, salut mon gros chien. Oh, salut mon gros. That boy's gonna ride in the back of the Datsun one day, I'm telling you that. It's already planned. All right, I'm sending him back. Hello. Bye-bye. He just went horse riding, well, following flow that was horse riding. He's the biggest buddy, yeah. So we're planning to put his like his bed at the back of the Datsun, because this is a two-seater with like an open space for the trunk. So we're gonna put that in the trunk, his bed, and he's gonna be able to just sleep on that if he can sleep with the sound of the Datsun. But I'm planning to make it quite quiet, so it should work. But yeah, so eventually he's gonna be in the Datsun with us, and we're gonna be riding on the road everywhere in the world. Well, at least around Quebec. At least around my street. Maybe just in the driveway. Who knows? Hopefully more than just the driveway. I just paid a bunch of money to get that thing registered properly. So hopefully, you know, we're gonna get something that works great. That we were on the other side. I wanted to try the oil pressure sensor on it. Let me find where it is. Which one is which? Here, hello. Oil pressure and temp. That one, first one. There we go. So we have to fit that sensor on the side of the engine block and that thing is going to tell us the pressure right at the output of the pump. And we have another one on top of the engine that's going to tell the engine, the ECU, the engine management system, the pressure in the original GM spot. And that's why I'm keeping that one for the ECU, because the ECU is made to work with the OEM position and sensor location and all. So I'm gonna make sure I have the right data for the ECU, which is the biggest deal. That one here, I'm gonna be able to trim it to make sure I'm reading close to the same value as the top one, so I can offset the value of my gauges. So even like right off the actual oil pump, if I was to get, let's say, I don't know, 60 psi of pressure here, and at the top of the engine I'm at 52, I could trim that sensor to read 52 on the gauge, and so I will be close to what my ECU is actually reading, and I could put some alarms if it's getting too low or something like that. So that's pretty cool for that. Dual side. And now, do we have the space to put that in there? With the exhaust, the answer is no right now. I need to open up that clamp. With the clamp, we should be good. Otherwise, I could put a 90 degrees on there and make it run at 90 degrees to the bottom maybe. But I think it needs to stay like in a way that it doesn't get oil stuck in there. So maybe right like that. That could be pretty good. Do I want to put a 90 degree in there? Yikes. Not the ideal scenario, that. I'm gonna tell you that it's not the ideal. Like technically it could go right at the front here also, and that will work like right there towards the top. Maybe a 90 degrees will be the best. Maybe a 90 degrees will be the best in the end. So am I ordering a 90 degree? Because that will mean I can run the cable on top. That will help. Amazon 90 degree 1.8 NPT. So I need a male to female 90 degree adapter. Pretty much like that. So front cam. That's pretty much what I'm looking for. However, I see 316 there. I'm gonna check for a 1.8 to 1.8 and not a 1.8 to 316. Oh, that one looks sick. However, it's going in quite a while. Yeah, I have one right here. That will work pretty great. Yep. I think it's gonna be that. When is it here? Can be here on Thursday if I'm ordering right now. Oh my god, it's always like $15 each of those. I hate that. Probably I can find some at a hardware shop, to be fair, but like I don't have time to go there. Bye.
Be afraid, you should not.
Oh no.
I'll take care of you.
Oh no. Thanks, Mr. Pump, for the beaties. Oh no. It's ordered. Banana. Oh no.
Banana.
That gets me every time. It's perfect. No, you love it here, Hawk. Stop it. It's the best. Go.
Can't see. Yoda can't see.
Well done. That was priceless.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing. You get me?
Now she's gonna hate it here for real. For real. Thanks, Olika, for that. I think Olika loves the fact that Hawk, you're giving him a reaction every time. Dual side. That was Only Cow. Love you, Only Cow. Was nice to see you in here. Enjoy the time out, I think. Enjoy the time out coming your way, I think. Is that mud abuse if she's doing it? Oh, what? What? For fucking 600 seconds? Hawk, remove that right away. 69 seconds would have been hilarious. 600 might be a tiny bit too much. I'm gonna start putting biddies against timing out people in here too, just like Stank. Hey, welcome back, Only Cow. How you doing, sir? That was good, Hawk. Don't care, I'm a mud. I'm pretty sure Only Cow was like, worth it. All right, so as you can see now, I'm gonna run basically at 90 degrees just like that to bring my actual sensor, like my oil pressure sensor up here. So the oil is going to go through here and put some pressure on it. So it's gonna read perfectly. Would have been better if it was right here, but however, with the clamp and everything, we're gonna be right onto the exhaust. So instead, I'm gonna run that right through here where the actual power steering pump would have been. So at least for once, it's gonna be useful to not run a power steering in there. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be perfect. So that's gonna be there Thursday, and we're gonna be putting that sensor right there, and with all the cable going on at the top with it. Also, I don't know if it's gonna break the cam if I'm doing that. What's cool is that that sensor there is gonna be linked to that one right here. So the one we put right there, that is the temperature. So oil temperature right here, right after it went through that oil gallery. So we're gonna have the pressure and the oil temp pretty much close to each other. Here we have our turbo oil feed going there. We need to put a heat protection on it. I already have it in here, so we're gonna probably check that. We need to do something similar on top here for all those lines, but yeah, that might be in a second place. Anyway, stuff for that are coming our way, but are not there just yet. So yeah, pretty much that. All right, what other sensor can we put in there? Dual side. Oh, front cam. That's the one I wanted. All right, look. Totally didn't warn Only Cow. Nah, you didn't. Pretty sure you didn't. That's gonna be worth every time. Nice. It's funny because you know what? I could just be doing like that.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk
And
spit on
say
that
it's you
thing.
who just did it again. And now you will get like timed out, but it will be entirely my fault, and that will be freaking funny. Focus, voice. You have too much power in here, young lady. Oh, we're gonna have to have a little chat there. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. She has power even over me. Hawk is literally the real owner of that channel now. I bet you are. She's literally owning the channel now.
We have a problem.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we do, boys. We do have it. Hawk has all the powers.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
What are we listening to here? All right, Lump. Oh, that one too was funny. Oh man. Whew, that was a good laugh right there. Love you, chat, for that. Oh my god, I love you so much. It's so perfect. All right, so we have one oil pressure to put in there. That's gonna be easy. Here we have one temp sensor for the water temp, and I have no clue where to put that thing. So let's have a little look over the internet where I can put a water temp sensor. I just had people staring at me. I was giggling so hard. Nice. Are you at the coffee right now, Hawk? Are you working at the coffee shop? At the cafe. I need to say it in French, right? It's not a coffee shop, it's a cafe. Oh. I bet they were looking at you. Oh my god, that's so good. I love that. I love that so much. LS water temp sensor, because I have an idea for that one, but I just want to make sure if I can do it another way around. Where can I put another water temp sensor? We're gonna bring the car down actually, and we're gonna have a little look around. I saw something I don't like.
Guys, can I slice some potatoes? Okay, thanks.
I love that one. I love that one so much. Tell me you're not about to split and follow me, right, sir? Huh, interesting. Oh, yeah, I think it was missing a bit of lube on it. No, we don't want to see that. It's just when I was going up, I felt like the car is bouncing a lot, and I felt like there was some restriction on one of the posts, and I think it was that one there. It was shaking a lot, but now it seems okay. I just re-lubed it. I think it was just out of lube. You're supposed to lube them for once every month, and I forgot, so. Yeah, right now it's smooth AF. So we're gonna make sure we're lubing that a lot, and it should be good. Lube stream when? Maybe right now, who knows? Yeah, see now it's like really smooth. So yeah. Ho ho ho. All right, I'm gonna have a broken cab another time here, that's for sure. Let's see what I can do around here. Oh my gosh, that one, I forgot about it. And I have people outside my garage right now. My father's here and everything. Damn, son, I forgot about that one. A classic, that's for sure. All right, let's see, is the cam broken? It is indeed. How wonderful is that? Let's go, there we go. Whoop. There we go, got him. So what are we looking for here? Basically nothing too crazy. I'm just gonna show you the engine bay and flex it. What I'm looking for is just a spot where I could basically go ahead and plug another water temp sensor that will allow me to know, well, obviously my water temp, my coolant temp if you want, and basically, yeah, that will be the best thing possible, but I just need to find a proper place. My idea right now is probably to run it right into the upper radiator pipe. That's the actual sensor. Right about here. I could throw that right in there. However, it seems like the temp sensor is a bit long, and so it wouldn't be necessarily the best thing. But that could be a really good way to know my temp sensor right there. And yeah, otherwise I'm not sure exactly where I can put it. Like there's a couple of fitting. Maybe I could do a T-section on the actual water line that's gonna run on top, but that's a small one. It's not a main one, so I don't feel like putting that in there. The thermostat housing, well, not the ideal stuff there. So yeah, that thing right here could be the best way to get it, to get a proper temp reading. And also it will be quite easy to actually go ahead and give that a little, let me check. Yeah, there it's getting a bit tricky because the cable could hit the actual thing there. I know I'm gonna just pop that on top. No, that's not ideal. That's not ideal for sure. I just don't know if I have another water port. Yo, what's supposed to be there? Tell me it's not like a water port. I'm missing a plug. I don't think it is. I'm gonna take a picture of it just to make sure. Because if I'm following the logical on the other side, it could actually be that. This is a water port. Ready for me to break the cam? There we go. Hey, look how I'm moving the cam and it's not moving. So, how would I say that? Let me check another thing there. But I do believe that we got a little bit of a problem. That one, I think we're good. Yep, that one is all the way down. I'm gonna do that. Well, it's a problem, but a good one in the end, because it's gonna solve so much thing right there. I was meant to reset that cam again. Hello? All right, let me disconnect it. Man, Hershey's gonna win his challenge just because I'm always spending my time reconnecting that cam in the end. Oh no, you got ripped because it's not on that. Fuck off, I'm not talking, you are. Watch. So basically, all right, follow me on that, okay? I'm gonna try to make it simple, but I just noticed I had two spots here to screw something. So one right there and one here. And I was like, that one here is suspicious. So basically looking at it, like those heads basically are reversible, okay? So keep that in mind. And here on this side is the place where the water temp sensor is going for the ECU. And I was like, well, if that one is technically that, does that mean that this one here is also a hole for a water gallery there? And guess what? It is. So basically we're gonna try to get a fitting that will allow us to run that thing into that there. So the only thing I need to do for that to happen is to first of all take a 13 mil, which is, no, that's a 12, shit. I need to take my 13 mil, and 13 mil is probably laying around somewhere because it's not there. I did all the cleanup, all that to lose my shit again. As long as I'm not losing the thing like the throttle cable stuff, I'm gonna be happy, so it's not too bad. Where's my 13 mil stuff? Where did I use it? I don't remember using those lately. Hawk is looking for so much trouble tonight. It's crazy. I'm gonna use another one I have here, but it sucks I'm not finding the other one. So, if I'm thinking that round and actually moving it around, so let me just disconnect that, like so. If I'm moving that a little bit towards the bottom like that, then reconnecting it while holding a bit of pressure on it, that should work pretty well. What's up, my God? Let's go.
National champion Coach Lumpy.
Oh, nice. And there we go. That one, it won't drill in there, but it is definitely a water gallery right there. So we're gonna use that as an input for our water temp sensor number 2. And we're gonna find a way to bring the signal in there. We have a grommet at the bottom there. So yeah, I think we're gonna be pretty good with that. So another order from Amazon, I guess. We were about to have a solid leak right there, to be fair. I said tomorrow night I will be streaming too. I won't be there tomorrow night, by the way, guys. I'm going to see Deadpool versus Wolverine tomorrow. That's true. Forgot about it.
Michael is the bestest mountain
Hot
man
doing
ever.
a TTS.
Sparkling
That's
heart,
a special night
sparkling
tonight.
heart, sparkling heart,
sparkling heart. I love that. What's up, Micah? How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing amazing. Thanks, Hawk, for the voice. I don't know why it was off, but thanks you so much. LS water. Do I have a spider on the neck? Water temp adapter. Let me check that. It's not the oil pressure adapter. I need to find the thread size of it. All right, 6 liter, that's the one I have right here. What's the thread pattern on it? LQ4 temp sense water temp sensor thread size. I did a few search, blah blah blah. Just got home, gonna eat and shower. If you're still on, I'll be back. Love you guys. I might not be. It's already close to 9, so might not be. But hey, we love you too, man. Putting a set of gauge in my car today, and the sensor that come with my gauge is 1.8 MPT. So what adapter? The hole on the head is 12mm metric, no fitting to adapt to 1.8 NPT, but you can take a 3.8 NPT, tap IRC, and tap the 12mm hole to 3.8 NPT. I think we have that one already. There's no 12mm to... Wait, what? There's no way there's no one doing that. 12mm to 1.8 NPT. I knew it. There is! I think. M12 NPT 3.5 to M12 1.5, pretty much that. When is it here? Thursday. Bye. Another $15 down the hole, but that's gonna allow us to run a pretty decent sensor right there. So we love that. All right. Well, good thing. Hey, what's up, chef? Blah, blah, blah. It's such a, oh yeah, let's go. Let's freaking go. Can't wait for that. I can't wait to see it, honestly. Do you need to have seen the second one? Because I haven't. But I'm guessing you probably don't that much, right? All right, what's left in here? Last box is the one for the air fuel ratio, and that here is the map sensor for... Do I need to run the map sensor? Yeah, I do need to run it. Shit. Manifold pressure is going to be run. I'm gonna grab a T or something like that on the other one, man. It's such a small plug here. Doesn't need a lot. It's such a small hole to drive that sensor here. Kind of recap. Oh, that's fair. Could do that. I was planning on watching it, but I just don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I think the map sensor here, we're gonna run it inside the car actually, because basically I need to fit that and I need to bring a line right here, and I'm gonna see if I'm not just taking the same one as for the map sensor going to the ECU. We already have a vacuum line to run from underneath the intake there down to the ECU, and we could just put a T-plug on it and use that also on there, so we will see the same pressure everywhere, which will be good. And I wanted to check also the difference between oh, yo, wait a second here. What's that? That's the air temp. Oh my god, it's in 12 mil. It's not. Shit. I thought I had a bung because I order. Did I order the bung? No, I didn't yet for the water temp. Oh, but we don't need it. We just bought something else. So we will prevent ourselves from having to actually weld, which is pretty cool because it's time consuming welding. So now we just go for the real thing. That's cool. Let me check something. I want to see my Bosch sensor here. We have 2 times the same Bosch sensor, but I want to see if I'm not going to switch them from place to place. So that one here is going right there. So, but no, I think that one is going to be the best to go right here. Can I? Oh, and I have actually a plug going down there. That's crazy. I'm gonna have way too much. There we go. So our O2 sensor right here is gonna go right there. Gonna be a bunch of cable at the back there. Oh, I almost died there. Whew. Close call. And now with that being said, where am I going to put my second one? So at first I was about to put it right next to it, but after thinking about it, what I'm gonna do is actually go ahead and put it on the other side of the engine, and I will explain to you why. So let me fuck the cam up again by just moving it. So far it's holding. So I think we're gonna be able to see it here. Are you? Can you see it? I think you can. Can you see that plug at the bottom here where my finger is? I think so, just a touch. Basically, that is a bung that is made for O2 sensor. Usually with those manifolds, you could run 2 of them, 1 on each side. I cut the bung on the other side, and so basically, right now, that's the only port available. I was planning on putting another one next to the one I just added at the back here. Reason for that was to have pretty much the same lecture of the data there. However, if you think about it, one thing I can actually do with that is to basically take to the ECU the one at the back here, because that's the one I need to look at, and the one at the back here is a combined, like it's an average of driver side and passenger side combustion going through the turbo, getting all mixed up and going down here. That is what the ECU will look to make sure that it is doing the proper fuel ratio for the combustion inside the engine. That's pretty straightforward so far. Now, if I'm about to put on my gauge a sensor that is linked only to the driver's side here, what does that mean? That means I'm gonna have 4-cylinder combustion data going through that sensor, but none of the 4 others on the passenger side. Only the driver's side one are going to be read properly by the gauge and not the other one. Now, that being said, one thing I can do with that data, now that I know it, that I have it in mind, it's that I can go ahead and, like I said, I can plug the gauge usually like normally and configure them so I can trim basically the way they are reading the data just to bring it really close to what the ECU is actually reading, because all that is just a display, but I want it to display something that is close to my ECU. So even if that O2 sensor on this side is reading, I don't know, 12.8, if my average is 12.4 when I'm gonna start the engine for the first few times, well, I want the gauge to read 12.4, so I'm gonna trim it to bring that there. Now, that being said, I'm gonna also set some tolerances so the gauge is going to have an alarm if it's going out of the range I'm specifying to him. Over time, what does that mean? If at first both of them are rating 12.4, for example, well, after that, if one day I see my gauge is now not anymore in the 12.4, but more in the 11.6 or more in the 13. 13 will be the worst because basically it's air-fuel ratio. So it's 13 part of air for 1 part of fuel. The higher the number, the leaner the combustion is, and it's always better to have a bit too much fuel than not enough of it, because it's like not enough fuel is bringing up more temperature in the cylinder basically, because the air is creating more friction in there. So if one day I see the number getting closer to 13, what's gonna be cool is that I'm gonna be able, hey Phoenix, what's up? So basically I'm gonna be able to take a look at it and see if my O2 sensor linked to the ECU is still reading 12.4. If it is the case, that means I have trouble, or if it barely changed, that means I have a trouble on the driver's side. But if my O2 sensor on the ECU is seems a bit faulty, like it's doing something weird, but my driver's side one is still reading the same 12.4 as the beginning, that means I might have a problem on the passenger side. So you see where I'm going with that? Having those two O2 sensor linked in 2 different spots like that is going to help me troubleshoot any problem down from now on. It's gonna just help me toggle down and see where it might be something problematic or not. Not much, just working on the car. Let's go! Just to make sure, Phoenix, you are, and I will assume so with the VE at the beginning, you are the one from Tasmania, right? Am I wrong? I'm just having, and I'm saying that with the VE because is the VE linked to the Commodore model that we didn't have here? Yeah, okay, cool. And I thought about that today, Phoenix, because I'm starting to to go back into all the past year of Modi Car Mods videos, because basically, oh, that's true, you told me that. That's sick. I almost had the chance to sit in one last weekend. A friend of mine is doing reviews of different cars, and he had one, but he couldn't make it here in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon. But I almost had one here while he will be looking at the Datsun build. That would have been sick. But yeah, I thought about you today, Phoenix, but I'm saying you, I was not sure if it was you, I couldn't remember the username, but Moog from Modi Car Mods is actually from Tasmania, and I didn't know that. He just said it, but yeah, I'm going back to the videos. I stopped. Basically, the last video was the one just before their 50 minutes long movie on 50 minutes long movie in France. So that was the last time I watched Modification Mods. But like honestly, if I'm doing what I'm doing right now, it's mostly because of him, like because of Modification Mods folks, Skid Factory and all those guys. So yeah, I'm starting to get back into it. I'm in the Brat build right now, the Subaru Brat, so that's pretty sick. Oh my god, that thing looks so good. I'm at the 3rd episode right now, I think, so yeah. All right, all that being said, I will try to push the O2 sensor at the bottom there. I don't have any more time to think about what I'm doing with my life. I have only time to get all those shit done because there's 25 subs on the line right now. Order the new sign poster. I need the whole collection. Running out of room. Man, I don't have place anymore, so most of them I didn't get those. You met him once? Oh, lucky you, man. I would love to meet those guys. Honestly, I would have loved to go to Australia and try to find a way to meet them, but like at the same time, they are quite famous, so I think it's quite hard to be able to have a proper chat with people like them. Like it's probably quite hard to go in front of them and be like having a solid 30 minutes of chat. Yeah, and I do believe so. At least like that's what you feel like through their videos and everything. And so I really do feel like I will have a really good time chatting with those guys. And honestly, okay, you want a crazy dream of mine I had when I was a bit younger, like pretty much 10 years ago. It was to make a huge trip to Australia, because Australia has a really solid 3D animation industry also, like in cinema. And basically I wanted to go down there and kept a bunch of money and proposed to them to make a build all together. I would have loved to do that. But again, I don't think they would have said yes, to be fair, but like, you know, they were at the moment chatting about rally car and stuff like that, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna buy an Evo, we're gonna make a rally car out of it, like with them, and I'm gonna go race that shit in Australia. That will be sick. And so yeah, never happened because I never took time to message them or anything, but yeah, you know. Fun fact, I already did a small contract for a Modification mod. Sadly, never got used. And like thinking of it nowadays, I think they just didn't went on with the project it was supposed to go onto, but I did like a 3D cinematic, like small cinematic for them to basically explain how the fuel system was working, and that was pretty like cool to do. And the crazy thing is that they paid for it, and I didn't really want to get paid for it. I was more into like, hey, let me do a project for you, and if you like it, I would love to have more of them. I'll like help you bring maybe some 3D animation and 3D like explanation and stuff for a more complex concept to your channel. But yeah, it never went further than that, which is okay. I mean, maybe it was not answering a need for their channel, which is like totally legit. But yeah, I tried. Would have been sick. There we go. That's where we're gonna run our second O2 sensor, and that's gonna work great, honestly. And I'm gonna try to bring my actual sensor cable at the back here. So let me try that. So yeah, I had a couple of chat with the Modification Mods guys, and that would have been really, really sick to have the chance to actually go on and make some project with them, like 3D animation project. I would have enjoyed that. All right, I could do that and hold it right pretty much here, like so. And I don't know if I have a spot to bring that inside the car around here. I think I do. Yes, I have a grommet right here. So I could go right here, to be fair, to bring some stuff inside the engine bay. That grommet could also be switched, but hey, that's another problem. Hup. So pretty much all the sensors I can install are installed at the moment. I don't really like the heat shrink there, but hey, it's gonna do the job. I'm probably going to turn it right there and get just a clamp here to hold it in place. Would be the best if that could go there, but it doesn't matter. There we go. Oop. Just like that, that will be the best. I'm gonna have the line and everything here. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. There we go. So we're gonna have a water temp there. We might have to play a little bit with our spark plug line because I feel like with the adapter and everything, it's gonna be running a bit far, but we'll see there. Other than that, it's pretty decent. Oh, it's been a while, I haven't heard that. Let's go! What's up, Blue, with a new custom sound? Let's go, boy! You know the drill. Write to me on Discord. Send me your link to your sound and give me a word that's gonna be your word to use on the stream. Let's freaking go. That's amazing, man. Congrats! Holy crap, I can't wait to see what's gonna be your next one. Is that going to be another movie quote? I bet it will be, and them, they are good. Can't wait to hear that, man. We have a couple of grounds to put here too, but I think for tonight it's gonna look like that. We got a bunch done. Turbo is now fully plugged in. We just missed the vacuum lines, but everything around it is connected. So vacuums to that thing here. If you don't see it, let me show you. Way back when I got my Miata, I put the MCM banners on it, and someone sent them a photo of the car at a show, and they posted it on their Facebook page. Felt pretty cool at the time. Nice, love to hear that. Yeah, honestly, I feel like basically the vibe that's going through their channel, their YouTube channel and everything, like I'm sure there's plenty of hater of modification mods, but I don't see how you could hate those guys. They try to keep it quite simple. They did some crazy build and everything, out of range for most of us, but like at the same time, it's what's cool. Like they are doing a bit of everything and they keep going back to the like crazy small builds and like crazy small mods and stuff like that, and I love it. Like a lot of people love that too, and the community they have feels really strong and really good. And if I had only one wish for my stream, it will be to basically get that type of community in like quite a good scale for Twitch. Like we already have that vibe right now, if not even better, for the only reason that we are actually able to chat a lot. Like I am the streamer, man, but I don't like saying that because like at the like not that I don't like saying that, but it's not like something I feel that relevant at the moment, because basically, you know, like I am the one streaming, so yes, I am the one putting my face on cam here, but it's just a bunch of friends in here chatting about cars and random things at all time. And that's exactly the mood I want in here, the vibe I want to like keep in here. Because it feels like I'm working on my project car, just like I had a bunch of friends here to have a beer or something. However, you're not like 13 people on my way to my toolbox that I need to push around, but we can still have that lovely vibe of doing a project car all together. And modification mods has always been pushing that thing in front of everything else. Building cars is a matter of enjoying the time you're putting on it and also having the chance to do a project with your friends. And that's what you should think of when thinking of a project car. And that's freaking cool. My new sound for you is it's not the spammable kind. Oh, that's pretty good, but I can't wait to hear it. Love the community here. Oh, I love you two guys. Honestly, it's crazy. Like I've been saying it, I've been telling my father multiple times in the last year, if it was not the stream, like if it was not for the stream part of it, I think I would have take quite a bunch of pause. Like I don't think I would have been working consistently through that project like I'm doing right now, I think there would have been a couple of weeks and months where I would have done shit. And so right now it will probably be just an engine sitting there, no radiator, no nothing, like, and barely a turbo sitting in place. Honestly, knowing who I am, how I'm working and everything, I'm pretty sure that naked engine with the turbo sitting on top of the manifold, but no downpipe, no nothing fancy around it, will be pretty much like remove all the purple things and all. I'm pretty sure that's where it will be sitting at the moment, just because I know who I am, I know how I'm working, and you're really giving a, like, you're really making a difference in that project. And even if you might not feel like it, I'm telling you, like tonight I was quite tired and I was like, oh, I told them I will be streaming. Worst case, I'm gonna do a small stream, that's all, like 2 hours, and that's it. I got in here, heard you drop by, gave me a challenge, everything went downhill from there, and like, I'm here 3 hours later getting a bunch of things done. Wouldn't happen. Like the way I was feeling at the end of my the job, like of my day of job, I would have just played video game the entire night, doing absolutely nothing productive, and I was just like, let's kick my ass and go and stream because I said I would. And that is fantastic. It will look like my Miata. Maybe not that bad, and not bad in a way that your Miata is bad, but like I don't think I would have it on the rotisserie, everything taken apart to freaking like repair all the rust. But yeah, I mean, like, I think you mean like the Miata project not like progressing as fast as you would like it to be fair. Just hit 3 BBG. What is BBG? And progression! What is BBG? And I'm kind of worried of the answer when I'm saying BBG. That's excellent. So water temp fixed, we're gonna have that there. Otherwise, bunch of things there. Tomorrow we are receiving a bunch of things, and Thursday same deal. Thursday night we're gonna be working on that, and on Saturday we're gonna be giving a huge push on that. I have a party Saturday night, but otherwise I don't think I have anything planned. So Saturday, maybe even Sunday. I'm gonna be the driver on Saturday night just to make sure I'm gonna be freaking ready to maybe stream 2 days this weekend. Herchu's not here anymore, but damn, he's not ready. If I'm deciding that thing's gonna be running next week, there's some miracle we can get done there. Cause yeah, honestly, like after the vacuum lines, it's like, it's basically the fuel rails, and after that it is the wiring of the alternator, but even that might not be necessary for our first start. Well, it will be ideal. So alternator, starter motor, then what? Fan, fuel pump, putting the dashboard back in, and doing the 12, the relay for the fuse box, for the gauges, and finishing the key barrel. And I think that will be pretty much it. Then it's filling everything up with oil. It's really not that impossible. This weekend we can make miracle with that. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. 2 hours and is a baby grill. Baby girl. Baby girl. Ah. Wait. Just hit 3 baby girl. That's what you're saying. 2 hours and I'm not sure I'm following you, Blue. I don't understand that. My French brain is not understanding that. I can buy new distraction, huh? I just don't want to rush the car. It will get done when it gets done. Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, that has been the case of that car for the last freaking 10 years. I did a bunch of little work on it, which is pretty much all over now because I remove everything. But like I've done a bunch of work on them, and in the end, like it was just like, hey, if it's running, it's running. If that repair is not fixing anything, well, fuck that. I'm just focusing on something else. He said maybe 2 hours, and I said you just said 2 hours. Baby girl. that makes sense now. That does make sense now. I was out of context because my brain was just like thinking already it's something else and all. So guys, how should I end up the stream? Should I end up replaying Mr. Pound's sound like that?
Be afraid you should not. Oh,
Hey, just bought a motorcycle to get the license. That's so sick! Wife not impressed. It's alright, it's your money. It's your money. Terrible American pig slang. Fair. I don't have your new one in here yet. Oh, you send it to me probably. Alright, let's do that. Hugs gonna love it here. Thank you so much, guys. By the way, the subs went down quite a bit like a week and a half ago, and you basically just gifted and all, and the sub number went back up quite a lot. I appreciate that so much, guys. I don't think you understand how much it means to me. It's so cool.
Can't see. Yoda can't see.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Blue, what have you done? Well, I just read the title there. All right, guys. All right, time to hear the new sound of a brand Blue. Let's hear that. Oh, okay, it's not bad. It was like jump scare. Okay, the title is jump scare sound effect. It's not that bad, but it's a good sound. I love it. I really love it. Can be used in a bunch of different stressful. Needs to be loud. Yeah, it's not super loud. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, there is a proper jump scare in there. There is a proper jump scare in there. Okay, I see on Friday night how that thing's gonna make me jump and I'm gonna hate you to pieces. Yep, definitely. Yep. All right, I might hate you now, Blue. Who knows? We'll see. Hey. Oh, I just saw your last demon there. A video clip, like something popping on screen. Lumia is there for that. There's no way the custom sound's gonna get that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nothing jumping on my screen that's not Lumia or Tenja or bitbot or whatever name it. Well, yeah, there's a violent one on Tenja and also on bitbot. No, he doesn't have a custom Yoda. He paid the BDs for it earlier, and I just replayed it. Yeah, I said the sound of Mr. Pound, but because he played it earlier, but it was with Tenja. Yeah. The only one that has something like that is Hawk, and Hawk, it's only like the small Hawk right there. Hawk, do you want to play it? If she's there. Oh, maybe she's serving coffee to someone. Who knows? I can play it actually. I'm just trying never to play the sound of people just because. But there. That's the only one triggering a picture. And it's because that face is priceless. Yeah, pretty much. For a jump scare, definitely, man, definitely. But you're gonna get that sound for sure, though. Taking a screamer as a sound is legit. That is legit. So, on this, guys, my time to go. Have a really wonderful evening, people. I love you all. I love you all so much. Oh. That's the way to end up the stream. Let's go! Thank you so much for the BDs, only cow! Alright, on that, guys, I love you all. Have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna catch you on Thursday night because tomorrow is Marvel Deadpool versus Wolverine movie for me. So on that, I love you all again. People are getting like twice their sound. It's a real deal in here, baby. Oh yeah. Have a good night. Bye!